Zoomer. All right, recording is in progress. If you are listening to these meditations, please like, please subscribe, please share. These are for everyone to open up their crown chakra, open up their third eye. Guys, it is a time of chaos. That is what the earth is all about. I have to say, really quick, an observation that I had before we go into today's meditation. I'm 48 years old. So I've been around long enough now to see some cycles cycle through. Things that I saw 40, almost 50 years ago are now coming around. I was scrolling through. I don't watch a lot of TV. I can't say I don't watch any TV. I do. I like to say that I don't watch the news, but I still consume media, social media, lots of it, copious amounts of social media. And I saw a commercial showing children starving in Gaza and sad music playing and asking for donations, da da da. And I was like, holy shit, these are just like the commercials I saw when I was like in my teens, except it was African children they were showing. And it's so fucked up how we truly live in the Hunger Games. I don't know if you've read the books or if you've heard about the books. Um, and how we are all if you don't think that we live in alternate realities or in different dimensions and that we're not being shown that here on earth, then you're just choosing to stay the fuck asleep. I'm just going to ignore everything. Wild children, and this is not something new. And that's what I was like, holy shit, it's cycling again. Here is this cycle, and here it is. So when I'm on lives and somebody's like, my dad just died, or someone just died, or whatever, there's a theory that we go in 40-year cycles. Yeah, it is absolutely 40-year cycles because it's so fucking crazy because I wouldn't remember anything from 50 years ago. I was one. I'm 48. So yeah, when I'm about 8 or 9, had that conscious remembering of those commercials and now seeing it with a different demographic of people, but the same fucking shit. And it's just happening over and over and over. And that's when people are like, make America great again. When was it fucking great? And I guess it's great if you make it great, right? We get to decide what our lives are going to look like. We get to decide how we're going to show up. We get to decide how we're going to help. We get to decide who we want to be. So these cycles that are cycling through, and that's what I told people. We have had other lifetimes. We have been around when I don't want to start making comparisons, but the shit is just crazy, right? So my whole point is I have been told, Kim, you need to go and you need to help people pull out their magic. There has to be a balance. Where there is yin, there is yang. Where there is light, where there is dark. Where there is happiness, there is sadness. Where there is peace, there is war. This is what balances everything, right? Where there is shadow work, there's light. I mean, it's so things are a little bit extra chaotic right now. There's waves. So what do we have to do? We cannot push back with hate. We cannot push back with anger. We cannot push back with resentments. We have to say, you know what? I'm going to choose to be the light. I'm going to choose to be the love. I'm going to choose to help, even if it's one fucking person, or if I'm in a position where I can help a million gazillion. Do you know what I mean? I love Jeff Bezos's wife. I feel like she's me. She got divorced from a douchebag, got all this fucking money, and she's just been giving it all away. She's the number one philanthropist in this world. And I'm like, yes, that Mackenzie lady, she's my vibe right there. You got all this fucking money. You got all this fucking money, and you can't help anyone. You just want to keep doing things, sending skyrockets up into shape with your little hair done. Don't I look so good going into space? Different realities, different fucking dimensions. You know what I mean? Every year at the Met Gala, these people are spending what they spend on one dress. They could literally solve so many problems in Gaza, but they're not. But they don't. Is it wrong? Am I judging them? Hell no. That's their journey. That's their choice. That's what they get when they meet their maker, when they die, they do their life review. That's their motherfucking business, not mine. That's not going to be my karmic debt. What is my karmic debt? How am I showing up? What do I want? And those are the questions you have to ask yourself. Okay. So we're going to get into today's meditation. It's going to be really simple based on the Reiki principles. So it's devastating that people are being starved to death while food is waiting at the border. It's ridiculous, Christina. It's like, and that's why, like, and I know you're passionate when all this stuff started going in Gaza, and when you didn't see me get as passionate, it's because, like I said, I have seen it, these cycles, right? It's always been happening. That's not anything new. You know what I mean? And it was brought to your attention, and your heart was like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" But it's not new. It's not new. And literally, like, things are being repeated. People are getting snatched out of the street. Moms, children are being separated that aren't criminals. For what? What's happening, right? So just for today, we can't, because we cannot control everything, but we can't control us. We can control our thoughts. We can control our emotions. We walk around a ball of fear and anxiety. So this meditation, I no longer walk around in that frequency. I just don't. The second something tries to make me go into fear, I tell my ego to fucking scram. You already know this. Scram, ego. And that's what these Reiki principles are about. So based on these Reiki principles, we're going to do a nice little meditation today. Remind yourself of these things. Remind yourself of these principles because it's really going to help you. My truth is, it shifted my whole fucking world around. Like I was saying, when I'm on lives, and somebody's like, my dad just died, my son just unalived himself, da da da. And I don't go into the whole pity party. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, my condolences. Just so you know, though, that person is still here. To me, I don't see death as an ending. I don't see death as sad. I don't see death as something tragic, even if it was a tragic kind of ending. It is a transition, it is an experience. That soul experienced a tragic, or we're defining as tragic, right? So I just see things differently. And being in that space and that frequency has given me so much peace. It has brought me peace. It has brought me health. I don't get sick anymore because I'm not like holding on to things that don't serve me. I'm not thinking about things that aren't productive or helping me. And I like it here. I like it in this space of happiness and freedom and peace and joy and health. You know what I mean? I like it here. So let's go into today's meditation. All that, right? All that. We are in control. So let's take a deep breath. Deep inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Just for today, I will not get angry. I will not get triggered. I will make the choice to stay calm, cool, and collected. When someone says something, when something happens, something is triggering, even spilling your coffee. If you are someone who instantly gets angry and you feel that heat coming to your face, that resentment growing in your heart, stop. 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 And remind yourself, just for today, I will not get angry. I just spilled coffee. It's okay. It is okay. This coffee spilled, and it is giving me an opportunity to make the choice to not get angry. I'm going to choose to reprogram myself, and I'm going to choose to not be angry. Just for today, I will not worry. I'm not going to worry about my neighbor. I'm not going to worry about my best friend's marriage. I'm not going to worry about the financial problems that my best friend is having. I'm not going to worry about things that are not productive or helpful or useful. I'm not going to worry because it's going to hurt me physically. The universe is going to match my energy. So I'm not going to worry. I'm going to make that choice. And just for today, when my ego tells me to worry, my higher self is going to tell them to stop. Because today, I am not going to worry. Just for today, I'm going to do my work honestly. I'm going to make my word honest. I'm not going to gossip. I'm not going to speak of other people in a manner that does not help or is productive. I'm not going to say anything that's going to hurt someone or intentionally say something that's not going to matter. I don't need to give my 2 cents everywhere. You're not here to change other people's minds. Just for today, I'm here to be honest. Be honest. A white lie is a lie. When you say to yourself, just for today, I will be honest, that is who you become. You will find a way to say what you need to say truthfully. You don't need to lie. That is who you become. So just for today, I will be honest. Just for today, I'm going to be grateful. Everything that I come across, everything that happens to me, every opportunity and experience that I'm given today, I am going to be grateful. I am grateful for waking up this morning. I am grateful that my heart is still beating, that my arms are still hugging, that my legs are still moving. I'm grateful that I have one more day to love on my family. I'm grateful. And just for today, I'm going to choose to stay grateful. Just for today, I'm going to be kind. I'm going to choose kindness. And if I can't be kind, I'm going to walk away. Because I also chose not to be angry. And I also chose to not speak harshly. So just for today, I'm going to be kind to everyone and everything. It's a choice. And like your mama said, you don't got nothing nice to say, just don't say it. Make the choice to be kind. That doesn't mean being fake. It means sometimes just being quiet. But just for today, I'm going to be kind. From the top to the bottom, we make these choices. So just for today, do not be angry. Do not worry. Be honest. Be grateful and be kind. Let's go ahead and take a deep inhale here. Exhale. You can either keep your eyes closed. Please, let's stay in this space. I've written down a number today and an animal. We're going to go and start with the number. I wrote it on the wrong side. Usually I write on the side that has the lines. You can either choose to open your eyes, focus on the piece of paper. I'm sending the number to you telepathically. You can, in your mind's eye, go meet me in a space, on a hill, in the forest, on the streets, on the beach. See me there with you. See if you can hear the number that I'm sending you. On this piece of paper is an animal. See if you can hear what I'm sending to you or see it. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring yourself out of this space. Slowly open your eyes if they are not already. Bring your awareness back to your fingertips and your toes. I remember the commercials you talk about. Yep. Same commercials, different space. Now, number or animal. If you saw it, if you felt it, 8 and lion, 5 or 8 and a snake. I like 8 and a lion. Marianne saw 8. Anybody over here? Hey, Trey, good morning. How are you feeling? Hey, Maureen, how are you? 7 and owl, but you also heard 11. All right, nobody on TikTok? Ready for the reveal? 5. Okay. All right, Callan, 5. Anybody want to animal? Did you see the animal? Did you hear the animal? The number was 9. 9. What's crazy about the people that saw the 8 is that I almost wrote down 8. As the pen was on the paper, I was like, should I write an 8? And I'll write it as an infinity symbol. And I was
That's
like,
what I saw. I saw you drawing like an eight or like some kind of, I saw that's what I saw you drawing like an
8.
eight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the S part. That's what I kept seeing, the S part.
Yes, and Marianne said 5 or 8 or snake. So yeah, the way I was at it, and it was like so funny. Koala. Oh, that was a good. I love koalas, but Callan, no. It was bird. Bird is what I wrote. Yep, I was like making my tea this morning and I heard those birds chirping and I was like, oh yes, birds. I'm gonna send them birds. I've been hearing a lot of the birds. Yesterday when I was meditating, I was sending Reiki out, or was it Saturday? That was yesterday, Saturday and Sunday. And I was sitting there and like when the birds talk, I really try to sit there and listen to them. And I'm like, what are they saying? What are they saying? You have to look at my TikTok that I just posted a couple days ago about going to this Jesus Data Recovery Center. And it's here in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. This guru is from India. He comes to the United States only to this retreat center that he created. There he doesn't tour America, so he doesn't come here and go on tours like a lot of other gurus. He's not about that life. You got Bird. Okay, Stephanie, see? And you didn't say anything. Don't be shy to speak up. Put your things in there. So I'm going to be holding a screaming event, right? I'm going to start with Teetotal, the nonprofit that I work for. I'm the director for their holistic programming, and I've been looking for a space for months to take people to just scream, to be like, ah, like, oh, even just like fake do it, it feels so good because I know I need it, right? So I found this property, 72 acres, where we can just fucking scream and let it out and no one is going to bother us. So this data recovery center is next to this property. Jill is on here. Jill, thanks to Jill Hockenberry, she is like, I can't even, right? So Jill takes me to this recovery center and she's like, I want to take you to this recovery center. There's a peacock, this white peacock. Not only did we see the white peacock, but the white peacock was on the sacred stone and it's like all the chakra colors, right? And I was like, if this is it, if this is what, like, if this is where I need to focus, and this is what I was like, move the peacock towards the center. So I'm saying that in my head. The peacock moved towards the moved onto the rock and it stopped right on the heart chakra, right on the green. Jill is the one that got that. Jill's like, she stopped on the heart chakra. I was like, oh my gosh. Yes, it was so awesome. It gets even better. If you watch the TikTok, just you can, I'd like it if you watch the whole thing, but there's two things on there. The first part, I'm running down the hill on Jill's property. Tell me things aren't sacred, right? We're in Pennsylvania. There's a lot of lots of indigenous energy here. And I didn't realize it until about 6 years ago. I don't know why. Okay. Lots of indigenous energy. So, um, I'm running down this hill. Jill is recording and you can hear me screaming the acoustics and I'm like, I'm free, free to be me, never, and you hear me screaming. And then as I reach the bottom of the hill, Jill doesn't talk because if she did, even if she whispered, even if Jill went, you would have heard it. The phone was right here. Closed captioning caught non-human or not human. Something said not human. It is not the first time I've caught spirits on closed captioning. If you've never done it or caught it, it is fucking wild. So, fast forward to the end of the video. We're at the Data Recovery Center and the birds are chirping. This is why I'm telling this story too. So the birds are chirping. Something shows up in a different language in closed captioning on the bottom of the video. And what's crazy is that one of the words is repeated like 3 times and it's the exact same spelling. So at first I thought, oh, maybe it's the bird, maybe it's like catching the chirping, but I've had other videos with chirping and there's no closed captioning for chirping. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like something was there saying something. And I don't know what it is. If anybody who speaks other languages, I don't want to, I am going to assume that's either something said in Indian or in an indigenous language, right? Oh, it was so awesome, Sandy, because we were at an Indian guru's property, right? But I hate being Asian and people would be like, give me something written in Chinese. They're like, Kim, what does this say? I don't fucking know. It's written in Chinese, you douchebag. So I don't want to sit there and assume, and I told Jill that. I don't want to go to any of my Indian friends and be like, does this mean anything? Right? Like, I don't fucking know. How the fuck would I know? I'm assuming this because, like I said, we were on property that was Indian. I had a mockingbird that greeted me when I arrived in Florida. Oh my gosh, I love mockingbird. And I told you I saw a hummingbird while I was on take a picture and look it up in Google Translate. The thing is though, Sandy, it's written in English letters. Like it's English letter. Oh, maybe I will. You know what? You're right. I'm gonna try it. But see, the thing is, I don't know the original language. Maybe I'll try Indian. So that's why I said if it's not, I feel like it's an indigenous language. And with that, I mean, good luck, Chuck. There's like 500, how many dialects? There's Cherokee, there's Navajo, and then even with them, they have their own like languages. So I'd have to do a lot of research and see which tribes lived in the Slippery Rock area and probably narrow it down. But it was wild. I was like, holy shit. I was like, look at that. And because I sent it to Joe and I was like, and it's the same word. It's written out the exact same way. That's why I'm like, ooh, I would love to know what the message is because I want to know what they said. But I always say that I'm not human. My husband gets so mad because I'm like, I'm an alien. I'm an alien. He's like, you're an alien that has a fucking mortgage. I'm like, I pay it. I pay it. But yeah, I love when shit like that happens. So go look at the video. It's so fucking cool. And if you feel like you're in a space in a space that has and Sandy, thank you for that because I didn't even think to do that. So that kind of makes me giddy to see what's going to come after. But if you're in a space and you feel like there's spirits around, do that. Pull your phone out and start recording a video. Start recording a video and just sit in that space and just say, hi, hello, I'm Kim. I'm just curious to see if anyone is here with me. If you don't want to talk right now, I totally understand. But if you're here, say hello. Is there something you want to say? And just sit. And then sometimes you might be able to feel them come in, right? When you see in the movies about how the room gets cold, that is not an old wives' tale. Me and many other mediums, some get hot. I just had someone say something that they got hot, and I was like, wow, that's the first time I've ever heard. I just heard that for the first time in like 2 weeks. Somebody was saying they get hot. Most people that I know, and including myself, when I'm communicating with spirits, I feel like an ice cube was dropped into the center of my body, and it's wild because I'm not cold on the my I'm not cold outside. It's like the inside. It's like this tube of like dry ice was just like dropped up into like the center of my body, and I feel the cold from the inside. Um, outside stuff, I'll get goosebumps. Like when I'm giving messages and I'm reading, my left arm will just boom when I'm like spot on about it. Like when I tell somebody something and I'm spot on, my left arm. So you might feel, right? And then just sit with it. Don't be scared because if you're scared, they're not going to come because they know you're scared. Um, you have to, the space is sacred. So don't go in there like for like, because I've tried to do it. The first time I did it, I tried to do it. I tried to capture this little girl that was in my retail store that I had. And she was the first one that I captured, and I tried to capture her again, and she did not come through because she was like, and I literally heard she was like, I'm not a fucking like horse and pony show. Okay. And I was like, okay, fair enough. Fair enough, sunshine. So don't be scared. Be open and sit there and see what you get. So when I do, because like I said, I wasn't my intention wasn't to capture anything. It just came through. And I'm telling you, it makes me giddier than a Christian on Easter. It is so like I just fucking love it so much. It makes me so giddy and I love to share it. So please go see it, check it out, and try it. Try it. But you got to go into the space with love, good intention. Like, is there something you want to say? Maybe I can help you. Things like that. You know what I mean? Go into that space. But all right. Anybody want to say anything about the meditation? About not today, Satan. Exactly. That's what the meditation was about today. Not today. Not today, Satan. Because today I'm not going to angry. I'm not going to get worried. I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to be honest and I'm going to be kind. That's what I'm going to do. So, anybody? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Oh, perfect timing. I got a hot flash coming in. All right, guys. I love you all. I will see you Monday. Kayla and I will be going live sometime this week on Echoes of Light, my private Facebook spiritual group. So if you want to catch us on there, catch me on there. Catch me if you can. And I've been going more live on TikTok in the evenings as well. So catch me there as well. Oh man, hot flash, hot flash. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.